All right, family here. All right, so let's get this started. Give me a second. Give me a second. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. All right. Let's get this going. Okay, good. Not, okay. All right, let's see where we at. All right, family, let's get to the plebiscite babbling. All right. Let's start right here.
That you fly from West Africa.
So this is a immigrant, I think a clubhouse thing. So you got some federal immigrants here, I think, and you got some haters. All right. So let's differentiate.
Africa, when you are an adult and you go there and you give a shit about what that history is, and you say, okay, where is my corner to sweep? What is my next move? Yeah. So can I buy this cranky car and drive it for 6 months to go to work for my second job? Yeah. Can I finish my degree in 3 years instead of 4 if I worked harder? Okay, so Andrew, would you hold on a bit on that sort? So you come in here as an immigrant, you know what you know your goal is to get a good job. You most likely have a degree or two. In my case, I have 3, and I've had to leave the comfort of my country and come here. And after 3 years here, I am finding my feet. I'm doing better in the circumstances. Does this change the reality of the person who was born in the East? Did you take the opportunities? Did you take opportunities that you have away from a kid from the ghettos of Bonn?
Yeah, he talking. So one immigrant is like he's kind of getting the hostile tether to relax. He's saying, hey man, it ain't as simple as we are making it. You know, that you guys come here and there's opportunities for everybody, and you're just taking advantage of them, but FBAs aren't. So he's trying to educate his immigrant buddies who unfortunately are tethers. So that's why the one guy stepped in and said, "Yeah, but are you taking advantage of opportunities?" Or no, I'm sorry, he said, "Are you taking opportunities away from a dude in the ghetto?" So now that's a disingenuous question because of course not. If you're coming here as a doctor, you engineer or some high guy in tech, you're not taking no job from a if you're coming here on an H-1B visa, a work visa, a student visa, no. So they're like Lex would say gaslighting.
So I mean, look, it's not a black and white issue. It's not a yes or no. It's more about the path.
Maneuver peace, four
Okay, so
lane, love joy.
we got in here. We lived in the former Eastern Berlin, and the education is different from the Western Berlin. So we've had to like move
Maybe a
away
clubhouse.
from this
I don't know what
older
group.
Eastern Berlin area, so that, and then moved into, and then we realized that the kind of education and the kind of reality that my daughter experiences in the school,
but there are no checkpoints, there are no special visas,
from
there are
the
no
reality
special
of
permits to move in any side of the old divide, correct?
No, but you see that there are
so
differences.
You sought the opportunity
because
within Germany as much as you sought it when you were in Africa.
True, but what I'm saying is,
by you doing
people,
that, you did not take away any opportunity that belonged to somebody who was born in 1990 or after 1990.
I'm not saying that these, I'm telling you that there are realities. It's like, okay, why did I leave Nigeria?
Okay, so I think this is the guy that's siding with us. I think it's the Nigerian who's siding with us, but the others are hostile as hell. So again, you got a Nigerian who's trying to explain what's going on in a proper context, and the hostile ones is like, nah, repeating white supremacist talking points. But they say that's what we do.
Why did I leave my home? Many people leave their homes because they see opportunities elsewhere, better for them. Other people see your home country and then they go there and then they see the opportunities better than you. This is the reality of life. But then when you now get to your new home, does it change the fact that the people who are there, are they lazy? Are they stupid? No. The reality of their lives is what they are living. You have come with a new reality and you see more opportunities and you take it. Maybe with your training, you have a better access to this because your knowledge gives you an advantage. And
you see, so he's highlighting that you come over here, like they come over here already educated. Because keep in mind, chat, I got to repeat this later. Listen, look at the difference. We have to pay for our education. So our public schools and our education, nobody would deny, is is backwards, right? It's inferior. It's not top tier. Who can deny that? And it costs too much money to get top tier education. All right. Now look who they're trying to compare us with. They're trying to compare us with people who have their own country, and I think their education is free. I could fact check me. I think all the education is free. So how are you comparing us who got to pay for education? Education is very expensive, and we can't afford it. So therefore, we get inferior education, a lot of misinformation. But these guys getting free education or damn near free. That's why they all doctors and lawyers and all type shit. But so when they come over here, that's like no comparison. A person getting free education to a person who got to pay for it. I mean, what are we talking about here?
The same thing.
FBA
So if
Ronnie
I go
P.
to India today, look, for example, if I go to India today and I get a job in the media
where a native citizen in Berlin,
yes,
intimidated by
He's intimidated
West African in Berlin.
Now, this is where they mix the message up. Where they be saying we're intimidated and we're not. Like we're the most confident blacks in the world. The hell? Like we be broke as hell and be confident trying to pull Beyonce. Got talking about.
There is the constant pressure to be better, to to show that you are better than, I mean, that you are able to do your job, that why should we give you this job if you are not better than who is on ground?
That's you the
See, now, what are you talking about? Who is saying we deserve a job we're unqualified for over the qualified person? Who is saying it?
the
Gaslighting.
immigrant, not the native.
But the native, they
Right,
are
right, right. You see, he had to check him because he's like, you forgot you're the migrant. You're not the native. Like he had to remind the dude, like, you're not a native Black American. You're not foundational. You're the visitor.
laws in the society in each country that says you cannot hire someone from abroad unless they show that
Ricardo,
they are able to do this job. And why are you
let me get
hiring
let me get Ronnie a ring.
if there's no local to do it? It's in every country's
Call
law.
it peace.
So
if we change the question now and say, are native Ghanaian intimidated by West Africans in Berlin?
You see, they keep using the word intimidated. Look, this is a projection. Are you serious? When we look at y'all, we don't look at intimidation. We look at like a clown.
Are they?
I do not know if they say that. I don't speak for Jeb.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much.
But
where was this guy who was making noise over and over?
Andrew, let me make my point and just leave, okay?
Go ahead.
Yes. What I originally came to talk about is that we have to understand the system in each country is different and how the history of a people keeps them from achieving okay. If you look, my favorite poet, African American poet Langston Hughes, wrote about the dream deferred, the African American dream deferred, when the Africans left the South and were promised a glorious, a new reality in the North of America, they found that the gates were closed against them. This is the reality of many African Americans. You see this glorious country of.
But you see, so this is why I tell you guys, don't generalize an entire countrymen as tethers. You see, this dude is writing for us. He's telling the truth. He's giving historical context to why we are where we are today. But his fellow men on some tether shit. So, but he is what we call a rider. He's just being real. He's just giving real historical facts. But his tether buddies are tethering. So that's why we gotta be careful. Just because somebody put a Nigerian flag in the chat or somebody else chat, it doesn't mean they're tethered. That just mean they're proud to be Nigerian. They're not cosplaying as one of us. That's great. Yeah, but you listen to them.
America, capitalist, money is flowing everywhere, but there are things that are closed against you. But you need to understand, as Africans, we are coming into when we go to other
FB,
countries,
peace, Diamond,
it happens with Nigerians
Golden
going
Brown.
to South Africa and then they thrive, and then people
Yeah,
get
people
mad
like the
at
video.
them for being
Please like the video.
for doing well.
Yeah, so let me pause this for a second. I gotta say this. Now, I forget sometimes too, but I never leave without liking. So I gotta remind myself. So yeah, like the video because your likes, what it does is it put me in the feed, and that's why you see new people here. When you see people without renters, and they don't have a name like Pan-Nigerian or Kwame, they're new, and that means your likes are working. It's funneling my video in the feeds on topics like this. Now you got a lot of noise in the background because I'm at the McDonald's play area because I can't go outside. It's like kind of bad weather. So we're inside and my son is yelling like hell, playing with these kids. Yeah, but like the video, help me out in the feed, and we'll continue to grow and get new people here. And we're gonna have a big, large family, and we're gonna have supporters as well.
But so you have to understand why. I was a correspondent in Ghana for about 5 years, and I know that there are problems between Nigerians and Ghanaians coming in. Oh, they are taking our women, they are making more.
Oh, so what you call wasn't lying when Lex said that. So when Lex said what he said, Lex Vortex said what he said, he wasn't lying. So there is some tension between Ghanaians and Nigerians, but they try to act like it's just us, like we're the only ones who got something to say.
More money, and they are looking down on us. There's always that tension between the people who live in the place and new intakes. But what I'm saying is, let us try and understand the reasons why these things happen, and then we can have conversations. Hey, we have a history here. We've suffered for you. Now, the interesting thing now is when you are filling the census, they're not asking you if you are a foundational Black American. They are just asking, are you Black, or are you white, or are you, you know? So now the Africans are getting, of course, able to enjoy this. So maybe this is why our African American brothers and sisters are saying, hey, you come, you don't have the history of the trauma that we feel, but you are enjoying the benefits of these things that we've worked for over 400.
No, that's not everything, sir. Because if you guys come over here with a unique education, like I said, and like these guys come here as like medical doctors. Like, no, that's all you, because you got that, schooling in your country. And I need to find out if education in Nigeria is free. But like I said, that's a huge advantage. Can you imagine if college and those things are free over here? Like, we'll have hella doctors and lawyers and engineers and surgeons and all types of, you know what I mean? So it's kind of bad faith arguments to compare people who have access to free education to us who got no money because systemic racism stripped us of money and kept us from money over and over and over and over. Okay, no hitting. Over and over and over and over. And then now say, hey, there's free opportunities. 1968 ended Jim Crow, so everybody has access to education as long as your money can afford it. That's an unfair comparison. So, but they're not taking our opportunities if they're coming here highly educated. We're not talking about them. We're talking about the ones, or whoever. We're talking about whoever is qualifying for programs that were designed for us. We're talking about them. You dig? Period. So if it is a Nigerian with a doctorate degree, yeah, you too. Now, it ain't their fault. It ain't their fault. It's our government fault. It's systemic racism fault. But we're just highlighting something very important. Like, yo, this is what it is. So you thumb your nose up, like you thumb your nose up to daddy, basically, your boss.
150 years. Let us try and understand them
Peace.
and
Mahaya,
get along
natural.
and try and see how, okay, when an African American person is saying this is our reality, you do not dismiss it and say no, it's a lie, because I've
so there is trauma there.
There is.
For 400 years.
Yeah, so Ricardo, let me answer that question. So Ricardo said, if you're a doctor in Nigeria, wouldn't there be more work and a need for them? Yes, exactly. Yo, listen, chat. I'm not lying when I say this. If I'm off, I'm off barely. In Nigeria, there are like 2 doctors to like 1,000 patients. 2 to 1,000. Yeah, so there's definitely a need there. And that's why they have a problem with their brain drain. They have a problem with their educational class coming abroad to Canada, UK, America. It's killing their healthcare system.
You cannot deny this. It's like asking
that was
Irish
chosen to add a 400-year trauma in a space for 3 hours or 2 hours. That's what you want us to believe.
It is like asking
that if only we just believed in the trauma of the 400 years, we would heal, and on Monday morning we will rise up together and we will do A, B, C, D, and
you hear these types of sarcasm? Their day is coming.
This country greater than Trump ever did.
Look, it's coming for them because they don't understand the history of this country. They don't understand systemic racism, and they don't understand white Americans' history. Okay, it's all good and lovely today, but tomorrow it could be doomsday. Just ask Latinos. You did, but it's okay. Go ahead and get your kicks off. Your day is coming, and we're going to laugh and sit back with popcorn like we are right now. But it's going to be even better.
Make a light joke of this.
But it's going to be even better because Latinos ain't never talk like y'all. So it's going to be even better.
people's reality.
Because you
You
are
are
talking as
Kenyan.
if
I'm
there
sure
is
that
a
in Kenya,
document we
you
need to
understand.
sign, and once we sign those documents on the dotted line, now we are free from the history.
You see? So that tended to being really sarcastic.
Now we can do ABCD without seeing any deficiency in the
Two bone
speed
noses.
and pace of the upward mobility.
Nah, Ricardo, that ain't fair because one is definitely a rider. He's riding for us, and the other one's a tether, man. Like we gotta, we gotta support the ones who support us. We need, I mean, we ain't begging, but allies is great. And until they do something crazy, then we gotta dismiss them. It's real simple. Like Lord Jamar was seen as a friend until he started tethering and going against reparations, and he had to go.
Andrew, I think this was what the same problem, the same mistake that Tariq made in his room, not to let people speak and to not see the other perspective of people. I thought we, as Africans, many of us do not understand many of these issues. We've not read them. We've only seen movies and how African Americans suffer and
Oh, you heard that? He says Africans, we do not understand FBA history in America. We only watch movies. So I mean, it's just, so why do Pan-Africanists, Afrocentrics come over here and pretend that we started the damn diaspora war when they're admitting their bias, their negative bias on us, their negative stereotypes on us come from movies like Belly.
I thought we, as Africans, many of us do not understand many of these issues. We've not read them. We've only seen movies and how African Americans suffer and struggle, but we do not really understand the system that makes them be how they are.
So that's what I'm saying. If only
So Miss Mickey Jones, is that for America or is that Nigeria or somewhere in Africa?
if only they put us in one room and put the speakers directly from New York, United Nations headquarters, and made everybody understand what this problem is, so we would bring these 400 years to a close.
No, Andrew, what you need to
we
do,
wouldn't.
What
correct?
many of us need to do is
we wouldn't.
Is to learn more, is to be open-minded.
No, suppose we did all that
and be
in these
compassionate.
Spaces, in a space of 2 hours.
It is to be compassionate.
And say we agree,
exactly,
we
Lavanya.
understand 100%.
Okay, Nigeria. Okay,
Bro,
okay.
come here, let me
Let me
hug
read
you.
that over.
I really understand what those 400 years were for you. And then we sign the dotted line that we agree that we have understood.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
Then Monday morning, we move out there and boom. But that's not what's going to happen.
He's being sarcastic. All right, so everybody, well, that can happen. You get on code and rock with us, but because you believe, because your team white supremacy is never going to happen, that kumbaya moment with y'all. But yeah, come in, like the video. Please like the video. I can stop pausing.
Unfortunately, that's not going to happen if we
continue to
behave.
Thank you so much, Alanindo. Jerry,
Right, Ricardo. They're 200, 300 years behind us, but they know more.
All right, go ahead.
Now, keep in mind, this is a space for like 10 of them, right, talking shit, and they act like they're 10 out of. There's like 260 million Nigerians, some crazy number like that. 260 million, some crazy number like that. He's acting like they're 10 out of the 260 million that are well spoken, educated. No, they're 10 out of like 100. The rest of them are illiterates, make $2 a day, they are suffering, got healthcare issues. So they're acting like they're coming from a place that figured it out, that figured it all out, and they're doing well as a collective, as a country. They have a city called Makoko. Yeah, Google that. It's a just Google, just YouTube floating slum. They got their ghetto is on water. Okay, they talk about our ghetto. Their ghetto is on water. They are in boats all day long. Their water is their floor, and they poop and pee in the water that they drink out of and fish out of.
Okay, I'm just trying to hear what people are saying, that we should understand our African Americans, and I'm just gonna give you guys a quick incident. That's why I've been holding this law. I work in the retail industry, and I was surprised about a month ago.
Hang on. What industry again?
Retail.
Oh, retail. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And somebody walked in with a car. I swear to God, I've worked for what, 20 years?
It's possible I could end the live abruptly because, like I said, I'm out in the public chilling. I got on playing in the playground. All the kids left. So it's 3:44. There's a possibility a whole bunch of kids just come in here. If that happens, I got to shut it down. So I'm trying to take advantage of this quiet space we have right now.
In America, somebody walked in with a card, not an American, no, well, an American, but from, my God, anyway, they gave me a card and they were like, oh, you need to put this number. I'm not supposed to pay sales tax. I was like, what? You're not supposed to pay sales
238
tax?
million? Okay.
I was like,
I wasn't
okay,
that
so
far
I
off.
had to call and just, put in the numbers. And true to the fact, this particular tribe does not pay sales tax in America.
They are Native Americans.
Okay, so and they she went on ahead, bought whatever, and life went on. But I had to ask myself a question. I mean, the only reason I'm surviving in America is because there's an African American somewhere out there who did a job of fighting for me, and God knows what, and now we are here doing all this. But I asked myself, don't we think also African Americans need to be given something? Honestly, like, if this is happening, I'm just saying, like, and I'm not saying that because I have so many African Americans friends, but I was shocked.
Do you live in California?
Yes, I live in California.
Do you have outlet malls in California?
Yeah, we have outlet malls.
So what happened is, when Mexicans drive across the border and come shopping in one of those outlet malls,
yes,
because most oftentimes those malls do not have systems in place to give everybody a card to claim the taxes. They have a little office somewhere, and these visitors, they know. You go to the store, you do all your shopping. It's 1,000 plus, let's say 8.25%. So there is $82.50 on top, which is tax money. That tax money is divided into federal tax and municipality taxes, and city, local, different kinds. Yes. So they would go to that little office, and they'll get a portion of that tax money refunded to them, because they do not belong here and they do not participate in whatever those taxes are being collected for. They do not consume the services of those services. Let's say it's the city of, you have a city called San Marcos in California.
Yes. Let me get past the tether, because it was like the sister, also Nigerian. She was even coming to the conclusion like, hey, if Black folks have fought and died and got locked up and abused, for us Nigerians to get over here, she's speaking for her and her people and the people in the clubhouse. She's saying, yeah, aren't they owed something? So that's just a common sense conclusion from anybody with a brain that claims to be human. So you see, so again, not all, y'all got to be careful. You don't want to be like them or white supremacists, right? You don't want to label everybody. We label those who are worthy of the label. Okay, so when a Black immigrant they're not tethering, then we can't call them a tether. They just who they are, a Nigerian or whoever they are. She's just a Nigerian. Right now, she's just, who knows later in the conversation. But right now, the only tether is the other guy that's talking about them all. But let me fast forward that garbage.
Who belongs, if he went to Kenya and he had made him enough money in America, and he went to Kenya and he came up with these multinational companies and employed so many people.
Oh my God.
He said he would, whoever is owed money, including the Indian guy who got refunded for the tax money, get paid through that money that you just paid. You have done your ultimate best as a resident of this country. End of story.
But
so
what
there is
about
nothing now? You should feel that you owe separately, uniquely to the Black Americans.
That's okay.
Because the argument is they
Mhm.
created an environment where they went to JF Kennedy and said, oh yeah, bringing all these Europeans, we need to bring some Africans too to equalize the equation. And so they brought Obama's father, true story. They brought Tom Mboya
More.
in Kenya, brought all those people here.
I'm talking this tether.
Payroll taxes.
Yeah.
And to everybody else who claims that they built this country so that we can come enjoy it. Case
Okay,
closed.
I have that incident, and I'm still saying that Black American for that anyway. I have another incident that you guys talked about, and no lady was allowed to speak, and you guys were speaking about our bodies, and I have something real quick.
Oh,
Like
you say so these they come with that old mindset of, you know, they call it genital mutilation. They come with that mindset. She said they talking about Nigerian women bodies, but they are not allowed to speak amongst these thirsty, crazy men.
you know, of course, you know, God has helped some of us. We keep pushing ourselves. Again, we are
Yeah, so go ahead and I'm looking. People are tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. But hit that like button as you come in.
immigrants, but we
The
keep
viewership is growing, but not the likes.
pushing ourselves. So we come out of some neighborhoods and we are in
Oh my God.
like so many women, and this is a personal story.
Thank you, Wells.
I go in, get whatever I have to get, to avoid pregnancy, because
Come on, it's good.
them have different fathers, different whatever, but that's your problem. Like, I don't see how a government is to blame for that. Yes.
No, they're not blaming the government. They are blaming the white people for killing Black people.
Now look, a tether is speaking for us. Keep in mind, this tether, he's misrepresenting us, undermining us, which so the label fits him. He's a tether.
But okay, again, it's not the white people who are coming to rape you. If they're coming to rape you,
so
then
the argument I was passing, I say, your own Black men are the ones getting you pregnant.
Yeah,
it only becomes a white man's blame when you go abort because you don't want to be responsible. Then you pass on the responsibility to the white guy.
Now that I don't agree. That I'm with you guys of. Yes, those neighborhoods, I'm not refusing. Like, I have lived it all. I've been homeless. I've been everything. Like, before, because I'm just an immigrant who came here as a small child, and I've been through it all to where I am right now. But I'm just saying, like, those neighborhoods, it's true, they are there, just waiting for you to fall. Like, those things are there. That's true. But you are responsible. You, as an African American, as an African like me, as a girl who was somewhere here in America, somewhere alone, you are responsible for yourself. That you cannot come, get pregnant, and then start saying that the white people are killing you, that, they've put these things here. Actually, they've actually put those things in the neighborhood to come and help you. You can actually go in there and get free medication, free whatever, like, do it all to make sure that you don't get pregnant. So how can you then turn around when the abortion rate is so high and start saying it's the white man doing that? Now, that's stupid. That I don't agree. That
and
you're
that's
responsible
also
for
is the
yourself.
same argument, for the sake of this conversation, that they give when they say white men or white people
Okay, so I don't know what the hell. So even though that was tether babble, we're gonna categorize that also as plebiscite babble. All right, what else we got?
We are African, and we have retained many of our African retention brought into the Americas with us. So we can't disconnect ourselves from that. But we have developed this American part, which we can't ignore. Because to be African American would have to have that American experience with our African experience. So I totally agree with you on that part. That the African American.
So the reason I say it, I said genetically speaking. Genetically speaking, our biology clearly shows that we have deep, deep ties to the continent of Africa. There's no denying that. culturally speaking.
So the last one I showed you was about African immigrants. Speaking about FBA and now we have Afrocentrics and Pan-Africanists speaking about FBA, but FBA is on everybody's topic. You dig? That's everybody's topic. Everybody who don't want to be FBA, FBA is their topic. You dig? And we only address them because they address us. So we got to defend ourselves, and we don't want them to run off with a new narrative about, and which you see what they do. If we don't combat their lies and do reactions and re-educate, then what they say will be true. Like, for example, like what tethers do is tethers will lie and act like tether means all immigrants. That's what all tethers do. Not so. Keep in mind, when I say tether, I'm talking about those who are really tethers of the immigrant class, not all immigrants. What I'm saying is when you have an immigrant class that are tethers, when they say tether themselves, they always act like it's all immigrants on purpose because they want to throw shade and act like we're disrespecting all of immigrants for no reason. So they purposely redefine it as an offensive word to all immigrants. So that's why you see Tariq Nasheed keep making newer videos defining a tether, because some of them innocently don't know or innocently believe it means every Black immigrant because a tether told them that. You dig? Like Kwame.
Culturally speaking, right? We have no understanding of that based off of the slave trade that wiped that out. Illegal to learn how to read and write. Illegal to practice your customs and your language. See, you learn your culture through your custom. Get my money. We know what that means. Hey, what's up, man? You my nigga, yo. We know what it means.
Right. Miss McKee.
Right on the word we're using.
That's what they try to do. They want to label us for hate
African American culture, right?
So they got to redefine
that
our
word can mean something
narratives,
different. We know what cat mean. All that
what we stand
is a
for,
complex
what we call ourselves, what
of
this
African
means.
American
Right?
culture.
They want to label
we don't
us
have that complex understanding of African culture. We try. You know what I'm saying? We was not formed out of that. Let me finish. We was not formed out of that ecology. The circumstances, the pressures that caused those early hunter-gatherer societies to form their culture, yo, would not be African American. Right? We got different foods, right? Now, form their culture, yo, would not be African American culture. We got different plants, we got different herbs, we got different traditions, right? We got different foods, right? Now, there's a hodgepodge of different elements that we just brought with us, and there's no denying that. That's why African Americans, we are unique. Just like the Ghanaian culture is unique to Africa. It's not Ethiopian culture, and it should not be. It's not Western African culture, and it should not be. You don't do that to Europeans. You don't talk about the Franks like that, the Visigoths like that. You don't talk about the people that lived in the forest of Britannica. You don't talk about the Roman Empire, the French, the Rus. You give them their own agency. So African Americans deserve our own agency in defining who and what we are, right?
All right. So now he's against the term FBA, so he's purposely say I believe he's FBA. I believe he is. I don't know, but I think he said he is in a way. But so he rather sticks with the term African American, I guess. But then he switched that up. So I don't know, but these folks are so confused because they're so against FBA. I can't make sense of it. Just listen. But so he's saying African American on purpose.
And Africans on the continent should not get mad. As a matter of fact, when you form the Pan-African, some of the first people at the Pan-African conference were highly literal African Americans. What do you want me to do?
Exactly.
I don't deny that. I don't deny that. I don't. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I agree with that analysis.
At all,
that is a sociological, actually a scientific view of how we develop as a people. That is correct, and I want to agree with you on that, and to say further that the FBA and the ADOS movement are divisive movement. They emphasize our division. They emphasize it emphasized And then there's another element of it, a very ugly element of it.
How?
And
Where's the division?
Let me explain. Let me explain. There's an
Monk just
ugly
told you we
element of
uniquely
it.
different. So
Hold
how is that
on,
being
brother.
divisive?
Let me learn.
No,
Let me learn
no.
off.
Good. We're gonna cut each other off. I got you next. Sabio is next, and then we're gonna come. Then we'll come to
Let me explain.
the family. Go ahead, and explain.
You know they got a generational cutoff point, because that if you're born one generation, two generation, three.
All right, so let me catch you to speed. The person talking right now is mad that he's not FBA and he's not due any reparations or any special assistance or programs that are due FBA if there be any. So that's the person talking right now. He's mad. He's saying, so if somebody's here with a first generation, second, if they're here 4 generations, they don't qualify. That's what he's trying to say.
Go ahead, and explain.
You know they got a generational cutoff point, because if you're born one generation, two generation, three, they have this division. You have to literally go back to enslavement. Right. I don't even know where they cut off. Where they cut off point is for you to be African American. It is the craziest thing in the world. That if your grandparents came from somewhere else and you're born in America, you don't qualify to be an FBA.
Told you.
So let me say this.
Let me say this. Ridiculous. I don't understand.
He says ridiculous. He doesn't understand. Dude. How can you be foundational? Tariq Nasheed always asks this question. How can you be foundational Black American and be Jamaican or Nigerian? How is that possible? Like, y'all explain it to us. You were not here during the foundation of this country. Like, how's that? How are you not somewhere from the beginning, but then qualify for some type of benefit for those who were in there, in the beginning? That's just stupid. Like for example, early investors in something, when that thing goes sky high, when you come in late, you're going to get a small percentage. The early investor, they get the bulk, they get the meat of everything. No, you guys didn't contribute to the foundation of this country at all. You contributed to the foundation of your country. You're foundational, whatever you are for whatever country. You're not foundational Black Americans, and that's okay. They are really hurt. And yes, that word foundational, it triggers them because they're not See, he's mad now. You're right, he's mad right now. That word triggers them because he's not foundational.
No, but listen, we live in a world where there has to be a cutoff point. If you don't have a cutoff
where's the cutoff point?
So
1865?
I want you to know. Hold on, let me say this. I would like.
He said, "Where's the cutoff point?" He said, "Yeah, dude, what are you talking about? You were never here. You got here in 1990. What the hell wrong with this dude, man?"
Say that the thing that you kind of saying is wild. It's the thing that Africans on the continent have been doing from day one. They have cutoff points. Genetically, they don't know. Let me finish, bro. Genetically, they don't know that we all basically the same. They don't know that. I'm a Ghanaian, and they say it proudly. I have certain kingship, they say proudly. I'm from Angola. Say it proud. Angola never trying to be the Ghanaian. So nobody should try to make the African American be this.
There's going
let me finish. There's going to be cutoff points and divisions. That's why we understand anthropology, because we don't have to disrespect. It's not disrespect to celebrate your differences. African Americans are routinely spit at and talk shit about because we're celebrating our differences. Hell, that's what Africans do. Hell, that's what the Egyptians did. The Egyptians.
Right. Yo, they got dances in Africa. They got each tribe got unique dances and praises, and that is to celebrate their difference, how they worship their ancestors or whatever, differently from the next tribe a couple miles down the bushes. Yeah. So, but when we celebrate us, it's called divisive hate. We're trying to separate. We're trying to cause division. We're a hate group. This is wild.
Stand them damn Afro-Asiatics. They couldn't stand them damn Libyans. So while they was fighting, their name is due. So I'm gonna struggles of Africans in the diaspora around the world. Yeah. But let me have my agency as an African American. Let me have that. Let me say this. I would like to say that when you go to Africa now and some of those affluent places, you'll see the youth rocking hip hop in their own language, hip hop. They practicing African American culture.
Okay.
I can say that and be proud of that. What's wrong with that? That's the truth. But I can also say that the point you're making, it's also important, right, to have allies. Europeans do it all the time. We supposed to have the allies and not deny our allies. But them allies, it has to be in a relationship where it's at least equal to what you can do. I'm going to say this again. I put emphasis on what you can do. If you ain't got no daggone money, then you don't got no money, but it's something else you can do. Are the Africans on the continent doing the same thing, or is it all African American thing? No, they promote their culture, bro. We don't got to play that game. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just don't hate me, hate the game when I promote my culture. And it doesn't mean I'm being divisive. That's simply saying I'm making a distinct line of who I am, just like you do. I go to Ethiopian restaurants. It's Ethiopian. Nobody's crying about it. I enjoy the food. I love their culture. I love learning, right? But then they should be able to do the same thing. And some of them do. So come on, man. This thing of we being divisive, that's not
no, hold on, no. I'm not saying you. Listen to me carefully.
I'm just
one second, please. Let me just have this dialogue with for about 2 minutes. What I'm saying to you is that
we gotta move on. I see people talking about I'm anti-Pan-African. Let me say this though. No, I'm actually not anti.
You see, but when they give labels, they're mislabeling. Nothing he said was wrong other than the acronym African American. That's the only thing he said was wrong, or AA, which stands for African American. That's the only thing he said that was wrong. But everything else was spot on. But because he's telling the truth and giving examples, he's giving examples all the way back to ancient Egypt examples. And these guys, all they can say is he's anti-Pan-Africanist. Like they don't even have rebuttal. It's just you're anti-Pan-Africanist.
Pan-Africanists. I have the same issues with the Pan-African movement that I had with Tariq and them. They was anti-vaxxers.
Moonai said Africa is now fourth world. Goddamn, for a reason. They rocking FBA culture on dirt roads and eating bushmeat and fufu and stuff. Yeah, wow.
All the while promoting to love black people. All the while claiming to love African people around the world. How you gonna love somebody when it's clear that African scientists, the sister, you know what I'm saying, was the one that actually put that mRNA vaccine together? You know what I'm saying? That she was it was her joint that came through.
Oh yeah.
You don't care about us. That's all you got is your damn health. Once your health fails, fellas, we're not having that super done. Now I need some sources because now we extended. Got some sources?
No. I was
Sabio, come on, Sabio, what's up? Right, I'll come back to you. I got you.
How we gonna have a dialogue like this, man?
I'm writing it down.
Oh man, this is
wow. What point you want to finish? Look, I'm writing. What's your point you want to finish?
I was just trying to make a thought, my brother. I can't get it out. I mean, but if you want to really, if you're the host,
give you 15 seconds. Go ahead. Hold on. Stop. Breathe.
No, I mean, if you're the host and this is the way you want to run it, I understand because
stop.
Hey, listen, I appreciate you guys coming and listening, but at least like the video because the likes is going up. I mean, the watching is going up, but the likes is stagnant.
You don't want to get in this type of dialogue where I can't even express myself. I didn't know this was that type of show. If you're going to give me
that's another thing. Like I don't know what right guests have when they come on the show. You don't have any rights. You cannot express nothing. No. When people invite you on the show, it's to talk to something specific. It ain't your turn to tell your damn life story and vent and some stupid rubber. That's why Tariq would cut you off quick. I ain't laying playing. I'll let you play for you. But no, you speak to what we're speaking to and you shut up and we're going to talk again. You go. That's anybody who's a guest. When you go to Fox, if you go to CNBC, MSNBC, wherever you go, you're going to be a guest. BET, you're going to be a guest and you're going to say enough. You're going to say what they think is enough. And they're going to say, yeah, next one. Right? That's anybody. Club say when it's an interviewer, they're going to allow you to talk with so much and they're going to stop you. Okay, all right, next thing, because it's their show and they know how to run it. They know how they want it to be ran. So when we have a show, we know how we want it to be ran. We don't want you running your damn mouth.
To interact with you.
Nah, I told you. I told you what kind of show it was. You ain't hear me?
Yeah, definitely title.
let me know so I know where I fit in.
This is the kind of show.
Yeah.
In the dialogue, at a certain point, I need a damn source.
X, like the video, thank you.
Well, I'm not listening to you. Listen. If you don't have a source on what you're talking about now, because we are in an extended time period now.
Let me fast forward some of this.
How can we have a dialogue like that, man?
Out of scholarly source. I'm all above.
But at least you're supposed to get a person a chance to get his thought out after you're supposed to come back.
You're right. Show. Go ahead, finish it. Go watch this. Go ahead. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go.
I refuse to subject myself to this kind of.
No, go ahead. All right.
Man, go ahead, see that, brother? Okay. You see that? That's the SHIT I don't like. He just cried and complained about not going. He said, "Okay, go." Now, all of a sudden, I refuse to. Here we go.
All I'm saying, brother. Listen, man. I can't do this, man. I'm sorry, bro. I'm trying to have a decent conversation.
We having fun. Go ahead, brother.
I'm trying. I would like to have fun with you, but just let me get my thoughts out at least. You know what I'm saying?
Not for
I'm saying to you, but I'm saying to you, brothers, that when we are now in the space age as African people, and we are trying to interact with each other.
No, we're not.
The divisive rhetoric that comes out of certain quarters is unnecessary. And I like what you said about the allyship, the sharing of culture.
But they can never explain what's divisive because they know they're gonna sound stupid. We celebrating ourselves is divisive to them.
We're building a global family. We're sharing ideas because we don't know it all. We're trying to connect economically. We're trying to connect politically. We're trying to have allyship. We need to celebrate some of the commonalities that we have and also our uniqueness as people.
Okay, wait, the uniqueness is FBA. Wait, he just contradicted himself. He said we need to celebrate our likeness and we need to celebrate our uniqueness. Yeah, but the whole show is about the uniqueness of us that's different from you. And you got mad and said that's divisive.
Contributing to the global.
And this is why you don't let people rant. Once they contradict themselves, you stop them and you point it out right there. You don't let them rant for like he's doing right now. No, you don't rant over here. If you make sense, keep going. But once you contradict yourself or make a fool or say make an error, no, yeah, I'm going to chime in quickly. And same thing with me. If I'm saying something I'm a little off, one of y'all stop me. Actually, that's the wrong date. It's actually this, or that's not how you pronounce it, or you know what I mean? Stop me. Don't make me sound like this guy.
African family. And when the family does well in Africa or the Caribbean or in America, we're all proud of that achievement. When an African American or an African going to space, we all can feel proud about that. When we do well,
that's a damn lie. Y'all don't hold up American flags in your homeland when we do something great over here. Stop it.
In sports and in any field, we all can feel proud about that.
No. You guys come to our country waving your flags. If I came to Ghana, Foundation Black Americans, we always rock, especially like if we're supporting something from Africa, one of those countries, we will rock their clothing or their flag.
But one of the emphasis I wanted to say is that if you notice how the FBA get down on the social media advocacy, they tend to focus on denigrating foreign Africans that are not from America. I don't
know. So nobody's going to check him. So see, he gets the rant. Now he's saying denigrating. Like he's not giving examples. He just saying a bunch of stuff. I'm a tether and I said so.
If you watch their Twitter feeds, you watch their social media feed, they go and find clips and find things that try to denigrate other people. And I think that is so.
Yeah, it ain't too hard to find because y'all publicly put it on y'all social feeds for us to clip it. Like especially if it's goofy and silly or disrespectful.
Necessary and it's insidious. And it's like it's cancerous to our global African family that we're trying to build. And that's all I wanted to say. And I wanted to compliment you on your maturity in your analysis because it tends to be lacking sometimes in when we're trying to build something that we all can be proud of, we all can celebrate as African people. And I just want to thank you for giving me a few minutes to get that thought out. Thank you.
All right, thank you, brother. That was 2 minutes of fun. You did your thing. I ain't mad at you. Appreciate you, yo. Appreciate that. All right, Sabio, what's going on, man? Sabio, you run out of time. Calling Sabio 5. Calling Sabio.
Right. X said go home.
Cedric, what's up?
At all,
Peace, family.
Mickey, at
What
all,
it
man.
do? I'm just riding shotgun. You know, I'm here to get the misinformation or those pseudoisms out of the way. Just grab them. Yeah,
Yep.
just here. But again, the conversation. I
Exactly,
mean, being in the
Ricardo. He
community, I
spit
keep
all the
saying
tether
it.
points.
We all on this side of the ocean based on the transatlantic slave trade. However, each area, each community, our experiences was different. My relationship with the European is way different than the African Americans' history with the European next door. So that whole trajectory of wanting your own ID and getting what comes to the African American specifically, I
We're not
support
AA at
that.
all, Muna.
What I have a
That's
problem
some
with is
agents,
the type of rhetoric
provocateur.
that seems
You
to
dig?
be
Nah, we
very
ain't doing the AA.
divisive and negative from certain environments. Like all of a sudden, the immigrants are the problem. And yeah, so that leaves a bad taste in my mouth. But with regards to reparations for Black Americans being part of this community, understanding the history, Jim Crow, get it and get more. That's my position.
Okay. And I appreciate your position right there, man. Hey, make sure y'all tune in. We're gonna have Dr. Andy on, evolutionary psychologist, man. We're gonna talk about the origin of belief, religion, how you say agnostic. You know what I'm saying? Always
habits when it comes to mating.
do I think
Who been
so
calling me out?
What's the scientific question though?
Like what I'm saying is this: like when you think about the Africans that come here, right? You rarely see us mixing down with them. Like rarely ever.
I think
so. If that's our source, you wouldn't think you're trying to hit that.
No,
again?
I don't think that. Let me answer the question. Now I get you that. I think we mate within our ethnic groups. You get it? Like we don't mix. We don't mate within our hubler groups. Like that's not on our minds. People don't walk around with glowing hubler groups, and we mate with people that are in our community. First of all, right? People that are close to us, right? And there's always been a certain amount of mixing, and that's why I want to make the point that the most important thing that we got is Homo sapiens.
Right. So I was brushing up on my history of immigration, by the way, Ms. Mickey, today actually. 'Cause I study the history of immigration in this country, and when you don't read it in a while, you can it can be a little faint. So I was brushing up a little bit from the 1600s, 1700s. So when I say immigration, I'm going way back to it was just the British and their subjects and their denizens and things like that. I'm talking about that.
Sapiens is actually our diversity. So yes, our mating habits is based off our social structures that have been formed, okay, and close proximity. That's like murder. African Americans, right, will have high levels of murder, or will murder more quote unquote African Americans to say a Chinese person. But Chinese people will murder more Chinese people than say African Americans murder Chinese people, and so on and so forth. Right? That's the answer. You have another question? I gotta keep moving.
Yeah, we got a whole lot of Africans living in our neighborhoods. We ain't killing too many Africans. I'm just trying to say that we are different. We are different people, G. Always have been. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, we're different. No, we're different culture. We're different culture, bro. We all
see, I don't even like that word. I think genetically, spiritually, and everything, we're completely different people.
Different culture, yo.
No, we're different, bro. We're 30% this, 30%. Some of us 30% European, some 20% European, some 14%. Ain't nobody from the continent of Africa that's native to Africa 20% European. Not one of them. So we're totally different.
I mean, you say how you want to.
Yeah. Genetically, you're more closely related
that was the
to
question,
indigenous. Look, genetically, you're more closely related to indigenous Africans. Culturally, you're more closely related to Europeans.
People that practice stuff hate.
So we just ain't got no.
Yeah. Mike Cooley, great point. How can we unify with people that skin bleaching, and yeah. You're right, man. I can never take them serious. Their face white and their arms black as hell.
Identity without the white or the African.
No, but that is our identity. So embrace
No,
your
no,
identity.
no. I don't buy that. I don't buy that.
No, what
That's
I'm
what I
saying
said.
is, I said biologically.
We're just more light
bro.
stuff. We're
You know
catching
the
up.
difference
I'm
between
talking about
biological.
14
biologically.
behind.
Basically,
14
you
lights
said we wouldn't
behind. You know
exist
you
if
ain't
we
like the
wasn't
video.
full
You
mixed
know what I'm talking about.
African
So once you
slaves.
take
This and
away
that
your
with some
60, 70%
European.
African DNA, you walking around with a head.
I'm saying, is that what you're saying? You saying so big we didn't exist at all until white. We basically just biracials, is what you're saying, right?
Child
But
legacy.
that's what you
I
said.
don't buy
Yes,
that.
I'm gonna move on.
mulattoes.
Right.
I'm gonna
Yes.
move on.
That's
Child legacy.
that's
Totally
basically
different
what
people.
you're trying to say. I
I
don't
didn't
buy
say
that.
that.
We
We're
are
gonna
way
do a
more
part 2
humorous.
of this and make sure you hit the link.
I got you, man. That was
You
my
get it?
question, though, man.
So I'm saying, but our culture is African American culture, which is formulated by African American people who need no help from nobody.
When you were younger, you didn't call yourself an African American, did you?
At all. No.
I've
Yeah,
always
I was
called
back.
myself
Yeah,
an
yeah,
African American.
yeah. I thought
You
I was
sound
African
very
American.
young, though. Is that safe?
Hey, those dudes are lying, yo. Those dudes are lying. When they were young, in middle school, grade school, they call themselves black. Like they're flat out lying. They did not say AA. All of them.
Yo, you sound young, man.
All of them saying that are lying. They did not say AA when they was 10 years old, 8 years old, 12, 15. They're lying.
So let
This
me.
brother
So
right here, I'm pushing 60.
Only when they joined the Afrocentric groups they started to say AA.
He wasn't no African nothing. He was a Negro back
I'm
then.
45 and I always been African American.
Yeah,
So-
I don't know what you talking
Hey,
about.
man, you
went
sound
to-
like you
I
from New
went to-
York. I don't,
So let me-
y'all look
so-
different up there.
so let me say something real quick.
No, we
because-
not. We moving on to mulatto rights activists.
Hold
What's up,
on,
brother?
hold
No,
on.
it's not.
I ain't got
Hold
to
on.
say anything.
You missed your turn. I'm gonna come back to you. Come on, you didn't
Oh,
say nothing
bruh.
because I called on you 50 times.
I had
Come on,
stepped
bro.
away.
All right, and so your turn slipped away with you as you left your
Oh,
turn
man.
left. But I got you. Come back.
Come on,
I got you because I'm
Where
up,
he been at?
I'm
This
up
right here
against it.
been
Go ahead,
a
mulatto. Hurry up.
huge
get
hater.
in.
I wonder
Peace, family.
he needs to
And
come back
this
over
will be
here.
brief. I'm gonna tackle a few
Well, we ain't
points
mad at you,
as
Stu.
Nah,
fast
you're
as
gonna be super
possible.
brief.
Hope you ain't mad at
The
us.
first point, I do
We
agree
just you gotta
that
get some straightening.
genetically, the majority of
I ain't
so-called
mad at you.
African
You come
Americans
back.
are actually mulattoes.
As long as you
And
respectful
additionally, I want to
and know and
address what
understand
one
you're a
of the
guest,
immigrants brought up before. I forget which particular one it was. I think it was
Crystal.
Cedric Ortega.
Christy, really?
The reason, and this will be brief,
Okay.
the
Shout out to
reason
you.
that immigrants are a problem in the U.S., and I'm going to say it again, immigrants are definitely a problem in the U.S., is because immigrants support more immigration to the U.S., which has an adverse effect on preserving so-called African-American communities. Or in other words, as the immigration rate increases, the total number of majority African-American communities is decreasing. And I'll mute up on that.
All right, brother. We come back to you. I disagree. Yeah, I'm not gonna do fear mongering around here.
I don't know how that
all
makes
that
sense.
and all that nonsense. I'm not doing all that. Whatever, man. Immigrants without the United States, the American culture is based off of immigrants. We just so happen to be the enslaved people. We wasn't immigrants. See, that's the difference. See, that's the difference. But American culture is based off of. Y'all ain't never heard of what's the island called in New York? Statue of Liberty. What's it called, yo?
Ellis Island.
Y'all act like y'all don't know about Ellis Island. Hey, we gonna sit and act like we don't know about Ellis Island.
Bring me your weary. What's on the plaque of the?
I mean, it's
Bring me your weary, your weak, your tired.
We got whistle coming on Cedric.
Yeah. Is it my turn? Can I ask you a question?
You better hurry up. You gotta hurry up because I gotta get no saint in here. Killer, no saint. Go ahead.
Oh, the question I'm asking is this: how many generations? Because I've seen it happen. Jamaicans have been immigrating to the U.S. since 1950. That is 5 generations. Now, these children who great-grandparents were Jamaican, are they still Jamaican or are they now African American?
I think it's subjective at that point, right? If you get super technical, you would say they wasn't part of the original African Americans. It don't matter. You got to draw a line somewhere, yo. You can just keep going. We can end up back in Africa and give them money if we never draw a line, right?
Yeah, but how many generations after? Because these culturally, these children don't know nothing about Jamaica.
Yeah,
they don't enjoy Jamaican food. They don't enjoy Jamaican music. They don't dress like Jamaican.
Yeah, that's not the point. that ain't even the point how you dressing and all that. The point is, right? Are you a descendant of slaves in America? Key word, in America, not Jamaica, not the halls of Montezuma, not the British Isles some damn way. No, it's in America. So what I got you, yo. Hey, Stubies, I'm not trying to pick you up, but I gotta keep it moving, bro.
That's the key point.
No Saint, what's good, bro?
Hey, how you guys doing? Hey, Cedric. Yeah, I just want to say I'm listening. Hey, all right. I'm just listening. It's I have seen The Hidden Color, so I'm really interested in what you got to say about this subject. But as far as like, we not only should embrace immigrants here, we need immigrants here, because the problem is in a lot of the Western countries is we're losing population. So in order for this system, if you want the system to sustain itself, which I'm an American and I'm for America, then you actually need the immigrants. And second thing I wanted to say is, as far as the subject goes, is once you split, I 100% agree with once you split off, like for instance, my background is French, English, and German. I don't see myself as a Frenchman, an Englishman, a German. I see myself as an American. That we split off. We're cousins or whatever you want to call it. We share genetic similarities and everything. But if it comes to a fight, this is where the roots are now. So that's just what I got to say.
Agreed.
Totally agree. No Saint. Hey, Cedric, look, we out of here, man. You know, we ready to go live with Andy. That's gonna be a good show, man.
Yeah, I'm on that one.
Man, y'all tune in. We have Dr. Andy on, man. We're gonna have a powerful show, man. We talked about the origins of our beliefs, right? We talked about Gnostic. Why don't we say that wrong, yo? Gnosticism, right?
Gnosticism.
Drop the G. Gnostic. Just Gnostic.
We're gonna talk about the Gnostics, right? We're talking about beliefs, man. We're gonna talk about atheism, man. It's gonna be a great show, man.
Yeah, that's fun.
Man, I appreciate everybody coming through, man. And let me give a word from our sponsor. All right. Word from our sponsor, man.
Hi, I'm J.L. Waters, and I'm the creator of the Oasis for Teachers YouTube channel. I create content for teachers who are feeling burnt out and need a refreshing and rejuvenating. On my channel, you'll find self-care tips, inspiration.
All right, so it's everybody's against, not everybody, but you got some haters who are against FBA, but they can't do a show. They can't do a successful show without mentioning FBA. All right, so keep that in mind. All right, let's go next video. All right.
I had to whip out my fizz for this lesson today. I mean, I'm going pretty deep, but I'm gonna try and make this one as short as possible, get to the point so that it won't be too long, so I can share it on all social medias and really get my point across. But I want to go in on foundational Black American versus Moorish American. Now, the brother Tariq Nasheed, famous for the Hidden Colors movie, he knows who the Moors are. He's in certain videos admitted about, Moors having certain legal strategies that are good or, could be helpful.
Now, that's a lie. They don't have no legal strategies that's good for any American. They don't have, they don't have none.
In certain situations, but he's also been talking a little greasy lately. So, I just want to correct a few things so, we set the record clear today. First things first, I would qualify as what Tariq Nasheed calls a foundational Black American. So I can trace my lineage, my family on my daddy's side and my mama's side, all the way back to Texas.
So now we're at the official plebiscite.
1890s, maybe even a little bit further, according to ancestry and things of that sort. So I don't want to be misconstrued as a foreigner or somebody that's coming in as what he calls a tether, trying to bring this argument. I want everyone to know that's listening that I'm also what they would consider a so-called foundational Black American. But the term Moorish American is just more legally appropriate and has actually been around a lot longer. So the fact that we started being called Black, Negroes, African Americans, coloreds, and all that thing, that stuff came because of slavery. But pre-slavery, we were known here on this land as Moorish Americans. And I'm gonna show that pretty soon. Oh, and just for the record, I am 100% for our people, the so-called foundational Black Americans or Moorish Americans, who are the descendants of slavery, getting reparations for the wrongs that were done, for us being enslaved, throughout those periods of time. We can argue on how long it was, but I am 100% for reparations, just to set the record clear on that. Right. This is my family tree. So, I like to show and prove. So if you can see at the bottom, my great grandmother, it shows she was born in 1890. I couldn't find further than that when I still had my account going. They got some new hints, and I'm gonna have to go check that out, see what they got. But at the top, you can see, it goes a little bit further to Square Davis, where my family name, state name.
Let's fast forward some of this.
Also in Texas. There's not really much information on him, who's my third great grandfather right now, Black, because the brother Tariq Nasheed and his Hidden Colors series has done very well for.
Don P said, "More be quick to try to tell me how I can get his money." Right. Yeah, right. Don P said, "Ask the forbidden question. Why you ain't got it?" Yeah, Afro Troop, Don P. Woman queen. Oh my God. All right, let's just go.
Breaking down
this plebiscite
that I'm about to make, him and other scholars that were on there.
Like the video as you come in.
Basically, it's showing that
probably do another half an hour.
The Black race does not exist, but was theorized by Johann Friedrich Blumenbach. I hope I said that right. That's like German or something like that, And this brother was born in 1752. Died
he came inside.
1840. So, oh yeah, and it says his nationality was German. All right. So basically, Black is a relatively new term that's out here, but we've always been known as Moorish American, and the source I'm about to show is actually going to approve and be around this same time period, contemporary with Johann Friedrich Blumenbach. All right, now this book here, Morocco as It Is, as you can see at the bottom, I've highlighted it was published in 1893. So it was written before then, would have been around the same time period as Johann Blumenbach was around, So he was contemporary to this knowledge as well. He would have known what was going on. So in this book, in several different pages, this is 269, they mention Moorish American and Moorish peoples. This one spot, it says, his face, however, was radiant with delight, this strange Moorish American companion of mine. This was a European that went over to Morocco in this book, and he was writing about things that were going on, and at the time, they were calling brothers over here Moorish Americans. 269 again, 266. This one here, it's really interesting, so I'm going to go in just a little bit. The Swanee men and the Moorish Americans, I regret to say, get along very badly with one another. They are continuously at strife and fighting as to whether England or America is the most powerful nation of the earth. They soon learned that the Sultan of America was about to send the Sultan Muli Hassan an elephant so large that the elephant would seem, in comparison to him, as insignificant. Now, this is stating that there was an American Sultan, or the Sultan of America, and Muli Hassan was the Sultan of Morocco at the time. So not only were there Moorish Americans at this time, but there was a Moorish Sultan in America at that time.
All right. I ain't gonna bore you too much with that guy. But I wanted to address something that somebody said in the chat not too long ago. I waited to come here. All right. So I don't know what medication he's on, but he's clearly on some narcotic. All right. But yeah, so we're bugged out. We are bugged out. All right, give me a second. All right, here we go. There we go. It's gonna be a little funny. Muck, peace.
Let's try some more people here. Good Lord. I don't mind. Look, the you know who was funny? The rabbi guy. There you go. All right.
I just wanted to respond to the caller that called earlier saying the Jews, the white Jews, are now.
Wait, I'm looking for the plebiscite guy.
See who else we got. Oh goodness, how many people we got in here? Oh man, we almost got 1,000 people in the middle of the night. We are in here heavy. And I see you down there, Paul Allen. Well, but let me get Paul Allen in here. Paul, hop on. Because you got your fans in here, your little 1 or 2 people trying to troll for you, Paul. Hop in, Paul. They're trying to troll for you to get me on your platform.
All right, here we go. We're about to go down.
Paul.
What's up, Tariq?
What's going on, Paul? Well, why y'all keep trying to get me on your platform? What do y'all want to talk about so bad?
Well, we have a show on Thursdays. It's primarily a comedy show, and I think you would do well on there.
All right, let's get the plebiscite guy.
It wouldn't be a debate. We would just chat.
Are you the big tooth Hispanic chick?
Yeah, probably.
Okay,
yeah, probably.
To GoFundMe and just type in.
Let's see. Would you come on No Holds Barred by any chance by Paul Allen?
Under one condition.
Yes.
You get some root work deodorant.
Okay, we can make that happen. What if we send you a picture?
He is
with
funny,
like
his freestyle is funny as hell.
Right. About what age range are you in, by the way, man?
I'm not.
Like, I'm funny, but I'm not that funny. Like, y'all haven't heard me. Y'all haven't heard me be crazy. Like, y'all haven't heard me like get too funny, but I'm actually funny, but I don't think I'm funny as Tariq.
We need that, but we need a check too. So when they apologize, I want the check to go.
I'm trying to find a plebiscite guy.
Different from Anglo white people.
White people, maybe.
But they're white.
I just told you they're not white because you can tell that they're not white. They were Native Americans, sir. They were not.
And many Native Americans told the truth. Your history is fake.
That's fake. You made that up.
No, this just I'm white and I say so, sir.
And the clerk got in his car and followed him and
where's that plebisciter?
A lot of just vile stuff. Basically they feel like these little dudes should have got murked.
Game, troll each other.
If you're not a grifter, why is your last name Nasheed? Why are you not like Leroy Johnson, for reparation? That's my first question. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Rootwork Jones is
Because
funny as hell.
when
Yeah.
I got with your mama, I needed a green card because I'm actually a secret
No, I'm
captain.
asking you a serious.
And I got it a no, but I kept the name Nasheed because her
So
name was Betty Nasheed.
Yeah,
so
that is
you are
that is the, I mean, but again, look, family, keep in mind what you just heard. They're calling in and asking him about his last name. They're not asking him about his ideology, ideas, his wants and beliefs, things like that. They're asking him about his last name. But a Afrocentric or a tether will come over here and act like they don't call in starting trouble. They're calling in asking him, why is your last name Nasheed? What does that got to do with the topic? What does that ever got to do with the topic? And these be people who are not foundational blacks. So, but when he respond and troll them, or when they shift the energy that way, and when he goes off, what these Afrocentrics would do, because I told y'all I ain't never met an honest Pan-Africanist. I never met an honest Afrocentric. I never met an honest tether, ever. So many come on my show, all lie. And I got it recorded. I got it documented. They lie for something. They lie. So they'll clip Tariq roasting him or getting on him, but that's after the fact. That's after old boy had already said what he said.
are a grifter.
Yeah. Well, I just needed the green card, so I grifted your mom, and I did something to them titties.
That's
But
what a grifter is. Can I ask you the second question
what's
now?
what's your second question, Tether?
My second question, tether. What's that? My second
That's
question.
you.
Huh?
A fleeing tether. That's you. But go ahead.
Bro, I'm from Africa. I'm not a tether.
Yeah, that'd be a tether.
Hey, I thought
And you're over here. You're over here now.
I thought tethers was like, like people from South America and shit. Like
No,
Haiti.
no. You little ashy tether who had to flee over here. But go ahead.
Yeah, my second question is, when you gonna join that white boys podcast? Paul Allen, No Jump or something? No, what is it called?
Well, you can't even get it out. You don't even know.
No Hud's pot. What is it?
No HUD. No HUD is
Every
your home.
African tether name is Prince. Don P said, I don't know what funnier when Tariq pinched the cheated piss. Baboon Knuckles. For me, it'd be the they're petty. For me, it'd be the must for me. That'd be funny. It'd be the must for me. That'd be funny for me. When you say musty, I just can't get enough of that. But let me see. FLA trucker piece. All right.
Home. That's what you fled from a HUD. You fled from a damn HUD.
You man,
So
go join that white boys podcast, man.
I'll join this podcast when you get some shea butter on your ashy feet that you fled with. Okay, you do that when you lotion them feet down.
Right.
Hey, but one thing I do agree with
Mickey.
you though.
I'm
Like,
botching your name,
I
Miss
feel
Mickey.
like
Right,
all
you're right.
blacks are not blacks. Like I'm from
They
Ethiopia,
try
right?
so hard to
We
label us
don't
Haitian.
have like these big noses that you have, like these big lips. Like your lips huge, bro.
But all of your big went to your forehead, sir. The big went to your forehead. Everything is small except your forehead, sir.
I feel like you can smell what the neighbor is cooking.
and sir,
your big ass nose, man.
Sir, you got that big old head. You look like a chocolate Tweety bird.
Have you ever tried to like put your whole fist inside your nose?
That's corny.
Sir, you got to get special hats made.
Stop calling me sir.
These dudes are trash with the jokes, yo. Oh my God.
Sir, man, call me daddy.
No, I got to be respectful to my tether
Musky.
brethren. I got
brother. Hey, yo, Tariq, man, I just come on here trolling. Bruh, respect to you. You know what I mean? Big ups to you, all right, my brother?
There you go. And big ups to that forehead.
Hey, man, my forehead huge, just like your nose.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Hey, that's true, bro.
And, sir, you can't even use a do-rag. You need a whole pillowcase for a do-rag. All right, let me get some other people.
Pillowcase.
All right. Another projecting tether. All right. Let's get, let me see. We got a lot of folks in here. Let's get Wealth Creator. Let's get Wealth Creator in the building. All right. What's up, wealth creator?
Hey, what's going on, Tariq?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Pretty good.
Yeah. Don P said there's people that take clips of Tariq clapping back on trolls and then run with the narrative, and he's always attacking Africa. Right. Hey, yo, that is that's how tethering they are. It's like, yo, why you can't win with facts? Why you can't win with the correct context? And then they act like why we don't want to be around them. That's why, man. You're purposely taking clips out of context, posting them, reposting them, and trying to make the narrative that we are the aggressor. Like Miss Mickey said, to paint us as a hate group. That they only do it for that reason. To paint us as a hate group. That's their goal.
Yeah, I want to give you credit, man. You know, credit on
FBA. They want to dismantle
stuff you
FBA
do, and
so bad.
I would say when it comes to Black news, you are number one with that. And I tell people all the time when it comes to Black news, tune in to Tariq and stuff like that. But I can't say that no more though. Yeah, I can't say that no more.
They left home alone.
Because every since this FBA stuff came up, you kind of flew away from that.
Not really. I still cover Black news, and I bring truth to power now. Yes, I do.
Because one thing I will say, I do disagree with a couple of things. Like when you say that Black Americans is better than Black immigrants and stuff like that. Like we more on.
They're better. I didn't say better. When did I say they're better?
Okay, well, when you say stuff like we more on code and stuff like that, to me, I don't think Black Americans are on code at all. I don't think so.
As opposed to who? Who's more on code as far as Black people than us?
Well, we're all in the same boat because neither one of us, Black immigrants for the diaspora or us, we don't control our own nothing, own nothing. So to me, until that happens, none of us is on code. And just because we out here saying that we want reparations, that's not being on code
yes,
at all. Huh?
That's 100% on code. Yes, it is.
No, it ain't, because that's not no real work. Because anybody can say, okay, we want this, we need that. Anybody can say, we've been saying we need reparations for the longest.
Now we haven't actually. We have not doing.
This is a Plebiscite Babbler.
For the longest, we have not. The movement is, as a consistent thing, is relatively new. We've talked about it here and there, and then the energy gets dissipated. This is the first time that we've been very consistent where we've made reparations the national conversation now. We've never gotten this far. We're doing a lot of progress. Now, brother, where are you from?
I'm from, matter of fact, I live in Los Angeles right now, but I'm from Alabama. I'm from Alabama, Birmingham.
I told you, you'll never meet an honest tether or Afrocentric. He said, why does Tariq Nasheed says FBAs are better than Africans? We don't even compare. Listen, Africans, listen. Some of y'all on code, some of y'all not. Diaspora family, some of y'all on code, some not. Haitians, some of y'all on code, some not. Believe me, we don't think about none of y'all. Okay? We don't think about anybody outside this country. We are so focused on what we need to do in this country. We're not looking at nobody, what you're doing in your homeland. You brought your homeland to our attention when you attacked our homeland. Then we start to wonder what's going on in your homeland. And then we found out, oh, wow, interesting. And then that's when you got the counter strikes. But listen, we do not think about anybody outside of America on a regular basis at all, ever. No basketball player, no football player, no singer, rapper, not actor, actress, nothing. We don't think about y'all. Everything is here. We don't think about y'all at all.
Okay.
And that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. We are just doing our own thing. So we don't have a negative view or positive view. We just assume y'all doing y'all thing, and we definitely doing ours, or trying to. But we are not thinking about y'all, wondering what's going on over there, wondering why y'all do. No, that's what y'all politics. No, 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 no.
So
What part
really,
of Birmingham you from?
I'll consider a FBA, but I don't consider myself an American. I don't call myself an American at all.
Do Freeman own Lowe's?
How
I don't
so?
know.
If you're a foundational Black American, do you have foreign lineage? Did somebody in your family immigrate here?
No. I mean, but I do have family, from Ghana and stuff like that. But I mean, I don't know them. But when I did my ancestries and stuff like that, I do have family in Africa, definitely.
No, I'm not DNA, because everybody got DNA in Africa. Everybody goes.
But the reason why I don't consider myself as an American because we're not treated here as citizens. So
where are we treated as citizens?
Nowhere. We ain't treated as citizens and stuff like that. So I can't. But
we put that in there.
No, we treat ourselves as citizens here because we are. This is our homeland.
Go.
Right, of course. Now I do agree with that. We were here first. We did build America and stuff like that. But we're not treated by this government, by this current government. We're not treated as citizens. So just like
no, brother. No, you're talking about this government. White supremacy is a global government. You're not a citizen nowhere, according to the white supremacists. Even in Africa, they control that.
That's one of the talking points I wish Tarina She did not get into, like. The global white supremacy, although that might be true, I think we should leave that alone because that's when they really got them where they want to get them. See, they want to get you off and out of America. They want you to argue white supremacy in Africa or one of the islands or Haiti. Okay, that's where Tariq got to stop falling for that. Just focus on white supremacy in America. Let Nigerians argue white supremacy in Nigeria. Let Ghanaians argue white supremacy in Ghana. Let Jamaicans argue that in Jamaica and so forth and so on. No, that is a rabbit hole. That is a rabbit hole. We need to just speak about our white supremacy. That's it. And let everybody else hold their nuts.
Right. You're right. They do. Yeah, you're right. They do control Africa.
Right. Miss Mickey. Right. Exactly.
Now I see the red, black, and green are Pan-Africanist, right?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Okay.
So why, sir, are you not moving to Africa?
Matter of fact, I do business in Africa right now as we speak. I go back and forth do business right now as we speak.
Doing business and moving there, two different things.
Well, I don't live there because I'm from here and my immediate family is here. So it ain't so easy for me just to get up and move there, you know what I'm saying, where most of my family is right here and stuff like that. Now eventually I will, but as right now, my immediate family, my children and wife and stuff like that is right here. So it's not so
damn right they right
the white
here.
Piece.
Right here with the FBAs.
Right, the lights caught up. Thank you. The lights for those who like the video.
Right.
Thank you.
And then another thing I disagree when you say Black immigrants, they flee from where they at to come to here. I don't agree with that. You know why? You know why I don't agree with that? So just like you say they flee here, guess what? They can say, well, America, y'all fleed y'all asses over there to Africa and Jamaica to come and take and steal our resources to build America. Because you already know America is built off of African resources. So
these guys, I'm telling you, man, they are revising history. Family, what about this one? What about this one they're making up now? They're trying to act like the transatlantic slave trade was not built on Africans selling us. They're trying to act like white people went over there and kidnapped us. They're trying to act like a tiny percentage of us were sold by actual Africans. They're trying to act like 80 to 90% of us were actually kidnapped by white people. Do not believe that lie. It's actually the opposite. 90% of us, 95% of us were sold by Africans in what is called the transatlantic slave trade. This is a lot. They're trying to revise history. A lot of Afrocentrics and tethers trying to run with this. This is easy debunkable. You just got to know, okay? But Europeans, they tried to do this kidnap thing on Africans on the coastline of Africa, and they were met with fists. You did, and they that was like early 1400s, early 1500s. Okay, so that didn't work out for them. So yeah, they abandoned that and they came back in the 1600s and they said, okay, let us just buy them, right? What you got for sale? That's how that happened. They tried to kidnap. They got like maybe a few, but a lot of spears and arrows came at them and they dropped that. They fled, they dropped it. Okay. And they came back and said, all right, well, look, how much? So be careful and be aware of these folks lying about Africans ain't sell us over here. Because when my man said it, I thought he was just ain't know anything. Like, yeah, and then when I started hearing other people say it, like other folks that's not related to each other, don't know each at all, I knew it was like, okay, this is a growing some fake knowledge that's growing in one of these Afrocentric clubhouse meetings.
We fleet our asses over there to take their resources. So how come they can't come over here and live over here?
What resources are we taking? Who? What are you talking about?
All the resources. What are you talking about? America is built off of Africa. America cannot live. America can't live without Africa. Tariq, you know that. You know that.
How?
You know that.
I don't know that.
All the minerals.
You don't know that. You're not explaining that.
All the minerals, the silvers and stuff like that, the diamond, the method. Okay, for example, one example.
America wasn't built on diamonds.
Okay, one example. Our military. America is the most powerful country in the world because of our military. So, and that's where we get our resources from to build our military. From Haiti, from Africa. Those are two. Huh?
How from Haiti? What are you talking about, sir?
To build our bombs and weapons and stuff like that, they go over to Africa in Haiti to build our military, to build the weapons, to form our military.
That cake soap is
man,
that
they
thing
do.
is trending
Come
in
on,
Africa.
Tariq. Come on now.
This military wasn't built because of no Haiti in Africa, sir.
Man, they steal resources every day. they do that. Tariq, you know that. You know that.
Yeah.
This
Flex got him.
Wealth of this country was built on one thing: the backs of foundational Black Americans. They didn't need to go to Africa and do all that.
But they did. But they did. They stole millions of resources and minerals.
I think they're mixing America up with. Okay, so listen, there's a lot of fake news out there. So let me help you out. So America and Russia are, I think, only the only two top European nations to not go colonize Africa. Okay, it was more so everybody else. And so America and Russia, they did attend the Berlin Conference, I think in 1893, but they just watched. They just as spectators. But Russia and America did not go colonize Africa like the French and everybody else, Belgium, I don't know. All of those European nations went over there and started to split up and divide Africa. So I think he's like just I think he don't know that. I think he's just talking. He just, plebiscite babbling.
Minerals and stuff out of Africa, Jamaica, and Haiti.
Sir, the wealth of this country was already built before they expanded over there to Africa. They started getting resources over there for certain technological advances in the 20th century.
Right. You won't have no internet, no computers, no cell phones. You won't have none of that.
But the wealth of the nation was already built off our backs. It was foundational Black Americans exclusively building the wealth.
Right, but where you get the resources from? The natural where you get that from, Tariq?
We were the resource, sir.
Right, but where you had the better off of something. Where did you get it from? And you know
were
that.
the resource, sir.
What
are you saying? We were the resource. Everything was in house. That's why they became so powerful. We were resource. We were the labor force. We were the intellectual force because we were coming up with a lot of the inventions. We were doing all the work. And then all of the industries were built from the slave trade here. The insurance companies, the banking.
Yeah, so Muck, you know I will cook somebody on Liberia. So America did not colonize. It was the ACS, the American Colonization Society, a small racist group. They had purchased Liberia. Yeah, they bought it. I don't know how you colonize something, you buy it. So they had bought Liberia, and they used it as a colony for free blacks in America. That's different than countries going over to Africa to carve it up. Come over here.
Wall Street, all off the backs of us. All of their institutions off the backs of us, foundational Black Americans.
I agree with that. I agree with all that you saying. I agree with everything that you saying. But still, we took resources still today, and we've been doing it for centuries, out of Africa and Haiti, and definitely Haiti and Africa the most.
While he babbles, let me say this. So also, when folks want to make you African, whatever, like when we do our DNA, we got a large percentage of European there and other stuff there, even Native American. Just ask them which one of these Africans that we're supposed to be the same as got that much percentage of Native American or, let's say, Hispanic, a Latino country, or European, or a European country. None of them. Like all those folks, like those folks in Africa are 90 to 99%. They're 90 to 99% of their homeland, of their country. 90 to 99%. So when you see Ethiopian, he's like 99% Ethiopian, 98%. And if he's 2%, something else is Eritrean. You think something else in Africa. Like these guys ain't mixed with anything outside of Africa.
Take over there, take their resources, bring it back over here to build America.
but you can't. The fleeing is fleeing because here's the thing: over there, all the resources over there in Africa and the Caribbean. How come those brothers and sisters, and they're the majority? How come they're not using those resources?
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm glad you brought that up. The reason why.
Here goes some babble. So after this one ends in about 7 minutes, family, I'm gonna check out because I am starving. I don't eat McDonald's, so and no shade on nobody else. I got my kid a kid's meal, but if I'm gonna spend money, it's gonna be something to fill me up, and this ain't gonna do it.
Just like you said, okay, if we're using their resources to build America, how come they can't do the same thing? And the reason why is because of colonization, because the debt that they owe to France and all these other. And you're right. I agree that the African leadership.
Hold on. Damn.
Is real.
So Woman Queen is right. Okay, because I was corrected too. I was saying slaves, and somebody said no, don't say that. Say enslavement, and I kind of thought they were wrong. But when I looked it up, that's true. We were not slaves. We were enslaved. We were people, blacks who were enslaved. Okay, we're not slaves. Okay, we were enslaved. So that's true. So try, and that's why you say, you don't want to say you were a slave or they were slaves. You want to say enslaved because it's the natural slaves. This ain't the reason why, but slaves, that's like the Slavs over there. Like they were slaves. But we were, a lot of stuff happened to us. We were sold and, the block they sold us on, then they did a version of mixing and maxing, all that type of stuff. Like that's something different. Like that ain't slavery. That's something different. Yeah, so we were enslaved. The buck breaking.
It's real bad over there. Stuff. I mean, it's horrifying. But that's why, because the debt that they're in to all these other white European countries. That's why they can't build up. Just like how we're doing over here and stuff.
Yeah. Now look, I've been eating a certain way for 30, not 30 years yet. Not 30 years yet. Since 96. Yeah, okay, almost. So 29 years I've eaten a certain way for 29 years. So yeah, now I'm like top tip shape. I'm 47. When I play basketball or anything athletic, I compete with the 20-year-old. Like, yeah, like I'm like a different guy because of my damn near 30-year diet. It is, yeah. So I'm different. So I don't eat most of my stuff. I cook for one. Hold on a sec. Right now, I'm at the starving stage right now where I might have to grab something, but not from here. But something. I don't know where, but something. But I like the places where they cook it right. Now you can always get that, but I like the places where they like Five Guys where they cook it right there. Even though that's not healthy, I'm saying again when I'm starving, when I can't get home fast enough because I don't like being hungry. Yeah, but most like 90% of my meals I make. All right, 90% of my meals I make. And me and my son, we juice every day. He juices every day, 3. And he juices every day. He's vitamins, Yeah. So we on it. We are on it.
And also because of a lot of the off-code tribalism over there. That's one of the problems. Why they are the majority, but they can be colonized and they're sitting on all of those resources and they're not being able to utilize those resources because of their tribalism and
So Don P said something interesting. Don P said Africa is so divided with so many tribes that's willing to sabotage one another that I don't buy the accuracy on America taking their resources. Yeah, that's garbage. These mofos gladly sold their resources. Yeah, they do. Well, you got it with Burkina Faso. Like they're selling their resources away to Russia, and before that, it was the French, and before that, it was Nigeria with the oil to BP. On a live, I think I said Shell gas station on a live before. Okay, yeah, the wrong brand, but still a damn gas oil company. But it's BP. Yeah, so they voluntarily trade their natural resources for money because they want to be rich, and with that money, a lot of them don't redistribute it throughout the country. They keep it for themselves, and they had these elite families. The same thing y'all talk about over here, the Bilderbergers, the Dubai, all this garbage. They do it over there in Africa. They get the money from these European countries, and they keep it in their pockets into their families. Everybody in politics, you talk about nepotism, like their politics are built on nepotism. Ain't nobody being voted in. If your last name ain't the same as theirs, you ain't getting into politics unless you do a coup, do a Ibrahim Traoré and take it over and then put your family into politics. That's how that happens over there. Anybody voting. And guess what? You can't right now vote out Ibrahim Traoré. Nah. Like those countries ain't like that. They're not democracies.
There's so much off-codeness.
But guess what, Tariq? We got a lot of tribalism over here. A whole lot.
No, we don't. We don't have that kind of tribalism.
So Muck said, I'm 51. I'm in terrible shape. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, dude. The best way to get going is to start walking. Like if you're driving, stop. Only drive when you have to be there and back by a certain time. Like I forgot to add this part in it. I'm a walking guy. I walk so much. He's 3. He could walk, but I put him in a stroller because no way he's gonna walk as far as I want to walk. So when I ain't got much going on, nice day, walking. I'm a walking guy. And like I said, that's why I'm in top tip shape, walking. So yeah, walk. But for you, if you're in bad shape, walking ain't good enough. You got to start off with walking, then do a light jog and do the best you can do. And then eventually start trying to do a real jog, but that's the goal. If you jog, like jogging is going to put you in tip top shape real fast. The gym is just going to tone you up, make you look nice. But to get you fit, healthy, jogging and water. Like, that's another thing. I only drink water. It's either water, wine, or some type of liquor. And I'm not saying I don't never drink soda. I'll do a soda here and there. But I don't drink juice at all. No juice, no soft drinks, no, if it ain't like no juices. But but again, like a soda here and there. Like I said, I kind of McDonald's use their Wi-Fi, get out right. You see how peaceful it is right now? Get out, got the player right here. Because at home, he's gonna be in my face. As y'all hear him in the background all the time. But here, McDonald's, nobody's here. great because it was lit earlier. And so now he's gonna play. He's not gonna bother me. It's a big play area right here, big slides and everything. And I see, but you can't just sit here on Wi-Fi. So I'm gonna get something. I don't eat nothing here. So it's either coffee. I drink coffee too. Well, I stopped. I ain't drink coffee in the last 2-3 weeks. But it'll be a coffee or it'll be a soda. So I've been buying sodas. 'Cause I've been laying off coffee for 2 to 3 weeks now. I don't even miss it at all. And I'm talking about I'm a coffee drinker. I drink coffee. I was drinking coffee every day. Every day. I'm coffee large, big, at home, of course. I make it at home. I don't buy it. But because I'm out and about somebody's business, I'm not going to freeload. I'm going to buy something. He's hungry here. Chicken nuggets for you. You dig? Here's some French fries. Everybody love these French fries. Here's some French fries. All the other kids eating, and he ain't gonna be the weirdo. You dig? So, but like I said, most of our stuff is what I prepare at home. And he eats vitamins, kids vitamins, and juices every morning. Juice. Which Creole you know? Juice every morning.
Well, it ain't to the point where it's killing. But look,
more on code than any group of black people.
Yeah, but look at the black church. Look at all these different names of the black church. They don't come together to do nothing because Catholic,
they know who we
the
are.
Baptist, Pentecostal,
I'm
Methodist,
totally
and stuff like that. They don't work together. That's right there is tribalism right there. That's the biggest right there.
No, that's way different than them tribal groups over there. That's chopping each other up and kidnapping. No, that's way different.
We still ain't doing nothing. We still ain't working.
Black churches ain't battling each other.
Right.
You have different churches in different neighborhoods, and then churches visit each other, and then churches have conventions. So churches do work together. There's different churches in different neighborhoods over here. So it's
there is no system or no institutions that we own. No, we don't own none of that over here. None of that. There's no successful black community here in America today at all. Name one. Name one successful black community we have over here in America.
The reason why, because the white supremacists, because of their military backing, they sabotage our successful communities when we get them, like the Black Wall Streets and the Wilmingtons. When we get those communities popping, they come in and sabotage them.
Right, but if more of us all came together, they can't stop all of us, Tariq.
I
agree with they do sabotage, but enough of us, if we all came together, and agreed, they can't stop all of us. We should be able to have at least one.
That's what codification is about. That's why we got to get on code. And that's why people flee over here, because it's a bunch of them together, but they ain't on code with each other. They got too many tribal beefs. And that's the problem.
Well, that's the same here. Okay, just like you say, we foundational, right? We was first here in America, right? So if black people was the first here in America, that means at one time we were the majority, right?
Next month,
we was the majority here. So just like white folks it's taken over Africa. They did the same thing here. Because we were the first over here, right?
Garbage. You got more here.
There you go.
Come here,
and we let white folks take over here. And we were the majority. So how you gonna talk bad about Africa and we did the same thing here? Come on, Tariq.
You see, yeah, he said, don't talk bad about Africa. Okay, talking bad about Africa is to lie and say is underperforming when it's not. When you're telling the truth about its performance, that even though it's shameful, that's not talking bad. That's talking truth. They talk bad about us. They don't talk truth.
We had the red natives working with the whites against us. That's why they cut treaties with the red natives and never cut treaties with the black Aboriginal
FBA
people. And then they brought over the African sisters and mixed everybody in. And it became a whole cluster flop. So it was a little different vibe over here. When we became foundational Black Americans, we got outnumbered. But we've been the most consistent with fighting back white supremacy and creating a lane for other people, even us being the minority here. We're the minority here, but we are the most influential Black people on the planet.
Well, I agree with that. Yeah, because we're right there in the belly of white supremacy. We are in the belly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, of course, we're going to fight the most because, we're the minority.
Thank you very much.
And stuff like that. We're surrounded by them the most.
Yeah.
Out of all black folks,
I don't
we
feel like stopping at
surrounded by,
Walmart.
so we ain't got no choice,
Yes, indeed.
and stuff
Yes,
like on your new documentary microphone check.
Yeah.
Are you going to talk about how, well, you already made it, but do you guys talk about how we could get in front of hip hop and take control over the industry, or is it just about who created it? Because that's what I'm looking for.
Well, yeah, we're talking about the origin of it. That's important, so that we understand that it's our culture, so that we can gatekeep it. Because there's a reason why they keep trying to say that all of these other groups created it, so that everybody can kind of come and take over it. So we are talking about how we can gatekeep culture. But thank you so much, brother. Let me get some more calls in here.
All right. Yeah, that was the last call, I
Yeah, all of
believe.
that. Yeah, them fleeing and talking about the U.S. going to get resources. That's not the same thing. But all right, whatever. All right.
All right. He said, Wally, Georgia is a majority black-owned town. Nope, garbage. Don't drop it. Let's see. There are Asian Blasians, but Mexicans run CSU, and the alumni is Mexican or white. You said you confused with CNN. Tariq is brilliant. I'm so proud of Tariq. That's woman. Miss Mickey says, we don't have tribalism. We have COINTELPRO organizations that infiltrate our neighborhood. Exactly. We in the belly. Who said that? Don said we in the belly of it, and we still don't flee. Right. We right. Yeah. That's one thing that's not really being talked about. We're in the strongest, most racist country ever in history. We're in this country. This is the country to flee if you're gonna flee. You dig? These cowards, they wait till we do all the fighting, all the dying, all the killing, and then all the sacrifice, and then they come over when the smoke is clear. They don't understand we cannot respect that. They don't understand we cannot respect that. And when they did come through Ellis Island, they stayed in the safe north. They didn't try to move to the south and help us out, reinforce with us. What happened to all that? Let's get along. Let's all unite. Why you ain't come? Why that energy wasn't there when some of y'all came through Ellis Island and stayed your raggedy butt in New York or went to Florida and when in your enclaves? Why didn't y'all come and unite with us when Jim Crow was hot and litty? They don't understand. We can't respect that. They don't understand that. All right, let's go. The red native was a slave owner. 2 facts. World best raider. That's a fact. The leading example of Black Foundation, Black American maneuver. Every FBA person, not just to reach, should focus on control and ownership. Yeah. So now let's not get weird. So yeah, control and ownership, but we need to know where we're at. Okay. The first thing we got to do, okay, because control and ownership without support is basically nothing. Because when let's say if you're being infiltrated and they come for you, I'm talking about like the FBI, whatever, want to mess with you, CIA, and you're by yourself without support, they're gonna just take you down. So that's why it's important to signal boost the message, to do these lives, to come together like we are now, and spread the message to unknowingly FBAs that they are FBA and they need to get on code ASAP. So because Dr. Claude talked about all of that. He talked about gating your communities. Okay, owning, controlling something in your FBA, but every other Black person you're around is still in limbo, the land of limbo, ain't gonna do you much good, right? So we need thorough FBAs to come together and get it. Okay, so that's why we need to have these conversations, because y'all know, if you don't know, you know. Everybody I talk to, I slip in this right here, because some relatives, some friends can't take it, and we know our friends and relatives. We know they like spooked out and whatever, scared, but all of them, I try to slip it in very delicately. I got family members who are Hebrew Israelites, I slip into them. got family members who are Afrocentric, but they're not aware of FBA. I had to slip it into them like easily. You dig? And most of them do well with it. Most of them do well with it. So, but that's the thing, man. We need to let as many people know as unknowingly that they're FBA and they need to get on code, you dig, and just spread the message. Now, with that, now you own and control something. Now we're getting somewhere. Cause now you got loyal, uh, you know, supporters. You got loyal employees. You got loyal investors. Yeah. So that's what we need. That's what we need. We need that with the own and control. But it's not easy to own and control. And everybody not built for it. Trust me. You know, I would recommend get a job as a manager somewhere first. You know, if you haven't really started, you never started a business before and you're new to it, I would really recommend you being a manager somewhere where you're used to certain responsibilities. You're used to talking to unsatisfied customers. You dig? People returning stuff, things like that, scheming and scamming and stealing you, because that's going to happen to you, and you're not mentally built for that. So I would say on somebody else's dime, learn how to be a manager, assistant manager, whatever, and now you're more mentally equipped to handle those stressful responsibilities. Everybody ain't built to be an owner. Some people need to be just great workers, great employees. Employee of the month. Everybody ain't a king or a queen. Some folks are going to be great employees, great security guards. You did great Uber drivers. Everybody ain't built to be a king or a queen. So let's not do that. That's for some folks. Other folks are just good at working for you and giving you, putting suggestions in the suggestion box to help you grow and be greater. The LA thing, I feel y'all. That's where y'all from. That's a you know, that's not a big thing. You know, if somebody's wrong or whatever, it's okay. It's not a big thing. A big thing is undermining us. That's a big thing. Undermining us, unstopping our progress, halting our progress, making it go backwards. That's a big thing. Retired correction officer. Oh, okay. Woman queen. Salute. Yeah, the power of white supremacy is their economy. Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. So when you got these unknowingly Foundation Black Americans, look what they're doing. They out there at DJ Academics podcast. Got this dude rich as hell, disrespectful, undermining, rich as hell. Math Hoffa, Kai Sinat, whatever his name is. That's where we at. That's what I'm trying to say. Like we shouldn't be there. So you own and control something, they ain't there. They're over there with each other. They're over there with the white supremacists. Nah, we need their minds right as we own and control. So now they know that there's an allegiance to our products and services far more than somebody that's a foreigner. Just like the Nigerians are going to buy from Nigerians and Jamaicans going to buy from Jamaicans, well, FBA should be buying from FBAs. Now, that doesn't mean don't watch a podcast from somebody who's not FBA. Now, you can do that, but you don't watch a tether. And a tether is a foreign immigrant who's disrespectful to FBAs, like Kai Sinat, Academic King, what's the name? DJ Academics, and folks like that. Lord Jamar and Matt Hoff off the top, I could think of. That gets our support. Okay, peace. Woman Queen said, I love this chat. Thank you. Thank the chat, because the chat is litty. This chat is litty. Yeah, so the thing about, okay, like I said, trust me, Chat, trust me. When I'm back in Jersey, I will be able to go live more often, and I will have more guests on here rocking with me. I have guests debating me, but the Georgia scenery from right now is not stable. It's rocky. So I know Lex Vortex want to promote his book. Lex, that it's gonna be hard, bro. It's gonna be hard because my scenery is too rocky. I don't have a stable time. That's why I'm live 1 a.m., 10 a.m. I'm live 2 p.m., 6 p.m. Now, when I'm in Jersey, when I watch, you'll see. And about in August, you'll see. I'm gonna be live consistently, either twice, 3 times, or even 1 time, but it'll be a particular time. Okay, so I like morning lives and I like late evening lives, like 8, something like that. Like at 10 a.m. and at 8 p.m., something like that. I like. So Hollywood, so DSA1 says wait, Mike Cooley says Hollywood makes black males wear dresses to get opportunities. We live in capitalistic society and must provide home. Yeah. So Mike Cooley, yeah, man, yeah. When people trying to get into that acting, yeah, man, that it's very subjective. And like you said, man, when they pick you, they're gonna pick you for a reason. And that's why they all end up come out the closet later. Because they know, like in acting, they can like legally discriminate because they could just say, hey, you didn't get the role. You did. They could try you out. And nah, you didn't make the cut. But it could be all because you're foundational Black American the whole time. So that field is very, very, very subjective, man. It's like discrimination and racism like runs rampant there, and homosexual stuff is all in that. Okay, you done? You want no more? No more? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Should go build your dream at home. Yo, the chat is brutal. Yeah, but we've been rocking out. Oh yes, I was saying this. No, that's it. That's it. This is for later. It's for later. No, that's later. More fries are here. So you gotta use that right there. Use that. Yeah. So as I was saying, and even like Fridays is a hard day to go live. It's a hard day to go live. It's always been. If you could get your regular numbers on a Friday, then you are doing good. When you live, you do Fridays is very tough. And certain times on Saturday is tough. But YouTube show you the analytics. It show you like where your best times are. That's the dope part about it. That's why Corey Holcomb is where he's at, a great comedian actor, but won't give them the version. Right. And they don't mind not being super rich. Like I don't know how much he makes, but let's say if he make 300 grand a year, he's cool with that. Cool. He's like whatever. He might be worth more. I'm just giving a phantom number out there. He might be bringing in $350,000 a year. He cool with that. He like I'm cool with this because I'm not going to be doing some other stuff. I can't live with myself. Now I'm on drugs. Now I'm at a Diddy party. You dig? Nah, I got to do all this stuff to live with myself. I'm good. I'll just make what I'm making. This is comfortable. It might be 90 grand, whatever it is. He's content with it. He feel like the millions are where the free costs are at. To all the tethers, they're like, yeah, tethers, y'all get the like button too. They don't even front. All right, so I'm done. What's tomorrow? Saturday? Yeah, it's hard to go. It's hard. Saturday. Uh-huh. If I go live, it's gonna be super early, like 8 a.m. All right, man. We're out. Peace. Thank you to all y'all. And